The air was calm and salty from the tangy taste of the sea. Waves crashed in the distance. The distant sun was almost ready to rise, though it was not time yet. The sky was painted with light blue, pink, and a touch of orange. This scenery would make one want to lay back and relax. But a certain individual wasn't going to sit and lay around. The figure was a country human. His colored face could prove it. He hopped along the rocks and hoped he wouldn't fall and get hurt. He stumbled a little on a certain one and almost fell. He rebalanced himself, then continued. A shipwreck came in sight. It was old. The wooden boards were mossy and barnacles covered the bottom hull. The sails that were once white, were now a dark gray or cream color. The rips and shreds plus the wind made them look like ghosts. The mighty chariot ship was beached onto the rocky shore. Even if the water raised, it would never make it back out to sea. The country human sighs and gets closer until he's right up at the exposed hull. He sees a makeshift ladder that was out of place because it was newer than the entire ship. He climbs up it and is hesitant to be on an old dock that had holes from being so aged, but he goes onto it. He steps carefully until he gets to a closed trapdoor. He smiles and sits in front of it. He knocks on it. "Permission to come aboard, Captain?" "Oh, crap," a small voice said. They were under the trapdoor that leads to the inside of the chariot ship. There were stumbling steps, then the trapdoor opened to reveal a small country human boy, about the age of 9 years old. "You're already aboard, and that takes the fun out of this," he complained. The older country human giggles. "Pardon me. Captain, you're excused." The boy hops up, the older country backs up so the boy can sit in front of him. "Did you need something?" The boy looks up at him. "Just need to check on you, that's all." The older shrugged. "I don't have work today, so you know what that means?" The young country gasps and looks up. "Can we go sailing?" "Of course, we can." The young country cheers and jumps into the older's lap. "Thank you, Dad." "Thank you, thank you, thank you." Britain chuckles. "You're welcome, my dearest boy." Britain cuddles him. America squeals and laughs. Britain stops and looks down at America. "What would I do without you?" "I don't know. Be bored for the rest of your life." Britain chuckles and moves a piece of hair out of America's face. "No. I wouldn't be bored, I'd be sad." America frowns and takes the hand his dad used to move his hair. "No. Don't be sad. I'm here." America looks at him with his blue-gray eyes. Britain gets his smile back and nuzzles America. "I know. And I'm so happy when you're with me." America laughs, then an idea comes to mind. "Dad? Sing our song. It can never be sad." Britain scoops America up and chuckles. All right. Britain pulls out the guitar that was on his back. He plays a simple melody that he's played for America countless times. The smooth pluck of the strings was easing for America and could calm him in any stormy weather. Again. Now, America. If I keep playing we won't be able to go on our ship. Oh. Right. But you can sing it on the way, right? Only if you'll join me. My little Evane. Yes. America cheered. A long time had passed since that time. Times have changed and once hopeful paths had become barren. America. Britain sat up quickly. His breathing was quick and his heart racing. He realizes it was a dream and he sighs and covers his face with his hands. Not another one. He slows his breathing and gets up and pulls the covers off himself. He changes out of his nightwear and into his daywear. His daywear was a white linen shirt, though he didn't bother putting the collar down. Plus a gray doublet jacket, and black leather overcoat. He calls it good and heads outside. On the ship, workers go back and forth, keeping the ship ready and keeping the caravel intact. Britain goes up to the captain's quarters and sees a human over the map. The human sees the country. "Oh, good morning, Sir Britain. Are we getting close?" Britain said with his morning voice. Yes, sir. The location is only a couple of miles away, but our maps are telling us it's surrounded by rocks. So some of us." "Just me," he interrupted. "It's just me going onto the island." Britain didn't look at the human and just stared at the map. "Of course, sir." Britain nods, then heads out. He stands on the deck and watches the island in the distance come closer and closer. A while later, Britain had gotten himself on the island while the caravel ship waited in the distance. He hikes up until a small cottage was in sight. Britain stops. This could be the moment. This could be where he and his son finally can reunite. Britain takes slow, one-by-one steps before getting to the wooden door. The cottage was a simple square and seemed to only have one layer. It was all made out of wood. Britain lifted his hand. He hesitates, then gently knocks on it. No answer. He knocks again. Nothing. So Britain pulls the door open and saw no one inside, for now. He goes in and looks around. "America?" he quietly calls. "Aye. Are you in here?" He walks around the only room in the house. No one was home. Bloody, dang it. He scolded himself. This was the last place. This was the only place America could have been. There's no other lead somewhere else. Nothing. Nothing in all of Europe. And this house, this hut, hasn't been touched in years. The number of cobwebs says so. He stomps on the ground and is ready to destroy other stuff, but there was echoing under his foot. He gasps and looks down. He could tell there had to be something under. The country grabs a broom in the corner of the room and hits the wooden floor and gets a board to break. Britain uses his hands to open the floor more. He pauses. There was a book in the ground. Britain picks it up and wipes the dirt and wood off. The book had a brown leather cover and neat paper in the middle with 4 ribbon bookmarks, all in different colors. The first was red, the next was white, the third was blue, and the last one was gray. Britain opens the first page and it reads, "Belongs to the United States of America." Britain smiled. This belonged to America. He flips through the pages. It had dates, his signature, small drawings of random things. That's when it clicked. This was America's journal. This had to lead to where he was. That afternoon, Britain had traveled to a nearby island's market for some time to read in the journal. Usually, Britain loved to read line by line, but this time, he read a sentence then went to the next page. He was in a hurry to get to the point, and he mostly noted on the small realistic pictures that were drawn, though all the pictures were black and gray, on the cream-colored paper. One was of a map, one was of some kind of sickle and hammer symbol, another was a picture of a country human. They had a pirate hat including a feather in it. Their flag was similar to America's, though, it had 2 red stripes and 1 white. In addition, they had a blue patch in the corner with stars. Intriguing. Britain thought. He closes the book and thinks. He got up and started toward the ship, ready to go on another adventure. Britain was in deep thought and suddenly ran into someone. "Hey! Watch! It!" the person yells. Britain looks up. The person looked familiar in the feathered hat. They push past and don't even look at Britain. Britain looks back, feeling slightly offended at the sudden shout from the person. The person keeps walking. Britain is curious and follows. Britain follows them to a dock. It was late now, and the sun had started to set. A large caravel ship stood in one of the docking boards. The person he was following seemed to be talking to the person that owned the dock and seemed to be asking for money, or maybe not because the docking person started yelling. The person Britain was following rolled his eyes. Britain sees that the person with the feathered hat was a country human. Not only was he a country human, but the one that was in America's journal. He had to have some kind of clue to where America was. After the country human paid the docking person, they left, leaving the mystery country alone. Britain was behind a wall and started to think about how he should approach the mystery country. "I know you're there." The country human spoke out loud. Britain peeks out. "I might as well come out. Now that's he's seen me. Britain told himself. He slowly steps out. Oh, there you are. The country human turns and faces Britain. He gets closer and inspects Britain. You're not from around here, are you? No. And neither are you. I can tell by the way you talk. Are you from Scotland? Nope. The New World, or as you call it, the Americas. I see. Britain mumbles. So. Why are you following me? I'm looking for someone. And I think you know who they are. Who? Someone named America. Oh. Yes. I've seen him around. Do you know where he is? The mystery country thinks. Not exactly. Then, can you at least give me some kind of information? The country human scoffs then, what's in it for me? And that's when Britain noticed a map in the country's hands. Britain looks at the country then realizes. You're a pirate, aren't you? He says quietly. Yeah, so? So. Britain started. I'll help you find whatever it is you're looking for on your map there. The country human's gray eyes widen slightly. You can see this? He displays the map. Britain takes a step closer, he was only a foot away. Britain sees the islands, the road DESC, everything that made it a map. I mean if you're talking about the map. Yes. I can. But it doesn't look like any ship trade route though. Isn't that what pirates raid? Not this time. The country human replies. This map can only be seen by few. I've been looking everywhere for someone who can see this. Britain raises an eyebrow. Really? One few can see this? He said, not believing any of it. The country rolls his eyes. Don't tell me you don't believe in magic. I know plenty well you do. Magic is just science we don't understand. Listen. The country slightly shouted. If you want to find your friend, then listen here. If one finds these 4 amethyst gems then find this ghost island, they may make a wish, with no limits. You can wish to find him, or take you to him, anything. But we both would have to work together on this. The country human says, ecstatic. Britain thinks. No way the other British Isles would agree to this, working with a pirate to find 4 magical gems then find whatever a ghost island is. Name's Britain, count me in. He reaches his hand out. The country human takes it. Confederate. Captain Confederate to be exact. Where do we start? Britain asks. We start with supplies, this will be a long hard journey. Wasn't expecting much else. Britain shrugs. Confederate takes Britain aboard a ship, the Morning Star. These 14 are a part of my mighty crew. We got New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and my co-captain, DESC. DESC stands by her captain. Nice to meet you, sir. You too, lassie, Britain replied. He turns to Confederate. When do you plan on leaving? Now. Confederate smiles. Some time had passed. Britain was out to sea with a pirate gang and was completely calm, peaceful even. He was on the side of the boat enjoying the ocean breeze. So, Great Britain, how do you know America? Confederate asks. Britain smiles and looks down at the water. He's my son. Confederate's smile faded to a concerned frown. Pardon me, but what again? America is my son. He ran away from home and I'm coming to get him back. Confederate's eyes widen. I'm going to go now, I need to talk to DESC. Confederate ran away and pulls DESC into his captain quarters. DESC. I'm in trouble. You always are though. I'm not joking. That British dude is America's dad. And he's looking for him. DESC giggles. What do you have to worry about? It's not like you killed him. Oh, wait, you did. DESC starts to see the reason to worry. You can't tell him that. Confederate said, looking side to side. We can't tell him I killed his son. You're right, we should tell him you personally killed him. Confederate glares. I'm kidding. DESC says. I'll add the many secrets into my pouch of secrets. Thank you, DESC. So, why can't we just throw him out? Then no need to worry about the wrath of a father. Because, he's the only one we have found that can see the map. I've been looking for 2 straight years. Oh, DESC said, not sure what else to say. DESC go out and make sure the other states say nothing, nothing. Yes, sir. DESC heads out. Confederate goes against the wall and runs a hand through his hair. We're in big trouble, A ghost-like voice said above Confederate. Not you. Me. I was the one that killed you, and now you're haunting me, and your dad is outside. He groans in frustration. Britain listened to the waves and the wind, without a worry in the world. Far away, on a rocky island, a sickle traced the rock, making a line. There were many tally marks on the same rock wall. Too many to count. Father. Someone said behind the dark figure. What? Confederate has been spotted by one of our spies. Should we engage? No. He's after the gems again. Wait a while, Russia. He'll come to us, sooner or later.